which it was.
Which it 100% was.
Because
And
she would
needed her gone.
She would have came for you. I
And
never.
the boys wanted her to stay.
But she would have came for you, and I knew that because of how close I was with her. Even though I didn't quite say that, I told you straight up what she would do. You asked me who she'd put up, and I told you dead in your face exactly what she told me.
Hey Kiefer, I need you for 2 minutes. TR.
Because I wasn't included in the conversation. I never seen it coming. It just felt different. Like I felt like I was in a really bad dream that I could not wake up from. I was like, it just kept not feeling real. Like that whole situation just didn't feel real. It still doesn't. Like I hope last night, me just chilling and vibing could show you that I was, I just needed to get it out of my system. I wish I had talked to you before the fucking soiree as well. But we kind of just ran out of time.
I know.
Type of deal.
I definitely made an assumption too. And that's why I looked at Ty on the couch and I was like, I think we made a mistake because I didn't even ask you. Because we've never talked about past Final Four.
No.
In my head, I was just like, this is a boys' game. He's going to take them. He will never take me.
That's not...
It was an assumption.
That's not my thought. Because if I take Ty, Jed wins. He takes Ty. He's got a guaranteed $100,000. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed Ty's not winning.
Ty's not winning. If I take Ty...
As of right now.
If I take Ty, Jed could win the final 3. You know what I mean? Or me and you win. You take Ty, you win. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
My best chance is to win against the 2 strongest, not take a weakest player, because Ty could still win that comp.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he's not taking me, because he would just be handing me $100,000. Like, and then even in the Final Four scenario, I feel like it would honestly be a 3v1. Especially if I win something from here on out.
Right.
And like, I just want that chance. I feel like I've worked hard with you guys to deserve that chance.
Yeah.
But in this game, nothing is deserved or owed. I know that. It's Big Brother. It's cutthroat. So if I go, I'm not going to hold a grudge on you 3. And if one of whoever is in that seat and made, big moves coming down the stretch, they'll have my vote. And that's just how I feel. I'll do my best not to be a bitter dryer and just take everything as it is, but like I've just rode so hard for the squad. Like,
You have. And me.
you know what I mean? Like, I can only continue to prove through actions. And that's what I'm willing to do again. If I win next week, it's Braden and Tara going up. We're going to fight hard for that veto. Jed's going to win. We're going to keep noms the same. And we can send Tara or Braden home. It does not matter to me. As long as it ain't us. Like, and then 3 of us will be playing in the next. It'll literally be a 3v1 for the Final Four. And then that's a larger discussion from there. If I go at the 5, fine. I do not want to go at the 7. I work too hard with you guys.
You have. And Forrest.
It's just like, oh.
I do know that by keeping Tina, while it is easier to win things, it's also harder work to get there. Because you have to beat her.
Yeah.
Like with you, at least, it's kind of a...
I want some shit to Jed, and I'll do it to you. I swear on my family, I've never done that. I swear on my kids. I want you and Jed in this game as long as possible, because it's my best chance at winning. I'm serious. Like,
Oh,
I've never.
know
I
that's
only did that
serious.
to Jed and you. I'm not doing that with Ty.
Don't do that.
I
with you.
honestly think he cuts one of you guys. We've never had a conversation as to where he would make me think that, but just looking at our paths to victory, who slept in the HOH room the past 2 weeks? Your and Jed's moves are one and the same. They're big moves. And if I have the chance to save you guys, you keeping me is the best decision you've ever made. Not sending me home and turning on each other.
That's the big move.
We have 3 fucking Kieras in this house right now.
I know.
3 of them, not 1. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Every scenario for you guys just doesn't make sense.
I think that a big part of this decision was made off of assumptions.
Exactly. You never talk, and that's partially I literally thought that like maybe today, even like before, like, you know what I mean? Like we would have those talks if I wasn't on the block. Like we need to start having those talks. Like I've never wavered from that. My actions have always followed my words. I told Tara to her fucking face. She said she's closest with me. I told one of my closest allies I would put her on the block above you.
That was huge.
Why would I do that, Beth? I told her again. She asked me if I won next week who I'd put up. I said her and Braden. Why am I doing that? I've never gone against my word in this game, and I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. That's how I played so far, and if I go against that, I'm going to lose the game. That's all there is to it. I would sour the jury. I would have preached and schemed. It's just not a good move for me. I played this game one way the whole time, and it's gotten me this far.
I know.
And I'm going to keep playing it that way. And honestly, I know it's a 3v1 in the 4. And I don't know if it's an endurance comp, I'm obviously fucked. I will leave with happy tears at the 4. There won't be tears of sorrow like if I leave tomorrow. I will have done something huge. Everything I ever came to accomplish except win. I wanted to be a part of the greatest alliance of all time. I wanted to win a veto. I wanted to win an HOH, and I wanted to host a veto comp, and I wanted to make it to jury. If I leave tomorrow, I'm not a part of the greatest alliance of all time. The double was 5 days ago, Beth. That's when you show your cards.
It is.
I didn't put up anybody, and I said I wasn't putting you up to one of my closest allies. My cards are on the table, and they always have been. I hope you guys can see that and keep me. I know it's a tough decision. Like, I've been in every discussion with you guys about who should go. And not one of them has been an easy discussion. And I know this one's even harder. But I'm loyal to the soil and I'm loyal to the squad.
Yeah, I know you were.
And I think sending me would be a big mistake for you and Jed.
Is there any damage control with Tara?
No. She knows. Whether Tina stays or I go, Tara's gonna play the same way.
Just more isolated.
I'm still gonna chill with her and hang
Obviously.
out, like, you know what I mean? But I will put her ass up with the quickness.
I know you would.
I won't.
Always knew. That was never a doubt. That
Like-
shit was never. I knew you were going with us.
For me, again, like I wanted to align with the strongest players in the game because I wanted to get to the end with them and then maybe beat them or maybe go out. I don't know. I know for a fact that once I walk through those doors, my life has changed forever, for the better, no matter what happens, whether I win or lose.
Almost.
I can hang my hat on the game that I played, but I'm just not done playing and fighting for us. I said it, everything.
I know. That was the
Everything.
first thing I thought about.
Like, that's gone. It's just honestly tough.
I am going to make, obviously, this decision today because Tina needs to know. I'm not letting her go without knowing.
Yeah, I mean, this was the final conversation I really think I had to have. I talked with Ty. I talked with Ty, and him and Jake kind of said similar things. Just that they think it was a bit of a mistake. They thought it was a big move. They never had the Final Four talk with me. Like, I know you guys are tight, and I know it'd be a 3v1, basically, to get rid of me, which is fine.
Your better chances with me.
I honestly think that, Beth. Because if you... Cutting Ty is not a big move. It's just not going to be.
No.
Especially if he doesn't win. He literally has to win every comp he plays in from here on out to win this game. If he loses one, he doesn't win.
No.
He literally doesn't have a chance. You're in Beth you're in Jen's HOHs are together. And Ty was there, but it's not viewed as his moves. Like...
And I'm just starting to realize that now.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's saying Jed and Ty are running the house. Ty's not running the house.
No.
People are starting to see that.
They've been seeing it, Beth. It's your name they're saying out there, not theirs. Since week 3, they've been wanting to get rid of you, not them. I've never wavered from that.
You haven't. You've always said that.
Because I'm in those conversations. Because they know if you get the chance to cut one of them, you win the game.
Instantly.
Instantly.
Instantly. Even if it is just Ty. Because he's in my trio.
Exactly. If you pull that move off, that is a $100,000 move. So, and I think that move gets made better if I'm still here.
And down the road.
And down the road. Because if I win, I'm taking you and Jed. I wouldn't not. It doesn't
Something
make...
I needed to hear.
It doesn't make sense for me to not take you and Jed. Because either, like, you win as a showmance, or you make the cut and win as a solo. You know what I mean? Either way, you win. Mm-hmm. I think. Because I don't think Jed takes me. I just don't. I think he's got a better shot against you. So I would have to win that 3. And then that would be a large discussion. Because it all depends on what happens from here on out.
Between you and I, just know with me, Keith, that has always been a thought in the back of my head with those two. Is that is the $100,000 move. It's the biggest one yet. There obviously is a time and a place for it. It is not anytime soon.
No, it's not.
And I think that you would have a big shot sitting final 2 with me if I were to win.
I think so too, Beth.
That would be huge for
and
me.
If you needed my vote down the road, you would have it. You always have. I'm just saying, like, these are discussions that needed to happen sooner. And I will be grateful, and if I won, I would want that behind the door Selly for this next HOH. Because we did it again. We got him. Pending some fucking invisible power or something, we're guaranteed final 5. Because not one of us is going home. We're not even touching the block. Because Jed gets to play in that veto, you and Ty get to play in that veto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like our fucking odds. I've been betting on ourselves since week 2.
We always have been.
Week 1.
We know that there's a veto coming up, right? Someone has it, or it's out, or it's coming out there.
Potentially. I don't have it. I was hoping I did, because I would have pulled my ass down. But I don't know. And again, if I go home, I know it's a larger discussion. I just don't think it's a great move for you.
I'm just happy you're talking to me as my own player, though. That's my biggest thing.
Exactly, because I don't cut you ever. Can you say the same about Ty?
No.
I've done enough if I can get there to win. Ty would have to do something crazy to win. I don't need to do something crazy. And it's not a guarantee that I win those 2 comps.
No.
You and Jed are beasts. Like, I don't know. That's my pitch. And regardless of what happens, I love you guys. Like, I do feel like a dysfunctional family. And whatever happens from here on out is water under the bridge if I stay. It's water under the bridge if I go.
I believe you too.
And that's not a great pitch for me to tell you that I would be okay with leaving. But I am. Because it is a big move. But I just don't think it's the right move right now. You guys can get me in the Final 4. It's a huge move there. You keep me. We talk about the loyalty. We talk about the strategy. You kept me. I saved you guys down the road. That's a huge move. Bigger than cutting me and then getting cut by Tina, Tara, or Braden.
That shit. I
right?
can't.
I would never come for you guys. It would be a 4v2.
Not 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
As much as those boys think we have Braden, we don't.
I don't know. Braden never talks game with me, but if he won, I would tell him to put me and Tara up, because I like my odds against her in a veto.
Okay.
Like,
This is huge, Keith.
I just
Huge.
like for me, nothing was just adding up. Like, because in my head, I think about it all the time of the final three. I've just never chatted with you. I wish we had this talk
Me too.
4 days ago, 3 days ago.
It's because in my head, it was guaranteed that you were cutting me.
That sounds crazy to me. Like, when you think about what I've done in this game and who I would need to play against, I need to play against the biggest players because it would be harder for you guys to cut me and me to cut you. I've been playing with you guys forever. If I want to be the best, I got to beat the best. And that's what I want to do. I've never changed my tune on that. I've said it from day one. And every time I say something, my actions follow.
Every time.
And that's not going to change. It will never change. I swore on some dark shit here. If I went against that,
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to, Beth.
You wouldn't.
And again, I'm not going to swear like that to Ty.
Don't.
I'm not. Just you and Jed. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me to do that. Because in the final three scenario, you could beat me if you've won a comp before, you win the final three, you cut Jed, you win the game. Doesn't matter what I've done, what kind of jury management, they're going to respect the moves that you made, and holy fuck, she made it that far, not touching the block. Being the target since week 2, week 3,
I have
Beth.
been.
And I've never told you you weren't. I've never said, oh, you're
always
good.
said I was, and I always
Remember,
knew
you're
I
like,
was.
you don't need to win that comp. I was like, Beth, you need to fucking win this comp.
Yeah.
You need to win that HOH. You're like, I don't necessarily need, you needed
true.
that. Why would I say that if you didn't?
I was going to be lazy on that one too.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't.
Me too.
You made a big fucking move. And like, as for that Rohan shit, Rohan told me I would be the next to go after he left.
I don't want to give him that.
Right?
Kiefer.
He told me that he's like, they're going to cut you as soon as they have the chance. And he told you guys to watch out for me. He's just stirring shit up.
Yeah.
I never lied to Rohan.
He planned
even
it
behind
perfectly.
closed doors. He wanted to turn us against each other.
He did it perfectly.
I never believed what he said, that you guys would cut me because I knew what we had. Never.
I think it was just getting in our heads that this was the big move for Jed.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger move is keeping you.
I honestly think so. Being a part, I just keep saying, being a part of the greatest alliance is a big move.
It's huge. I know it is.
Keeping me and I make a move for you guys, that's your move too, because you could have sent me packing. That's ammo for you guys as well as me. It's almost like it's a balanced move. And I don't cut you guys ever.
No, you don't.
Ever. In any of the comps, power of veto, I win. I take one of you guys down. We have the vote to keep Jed. We move along. You know what I mean? All we need is 2 from here on out.
We have it.
We have it.
And why take you out and not have it?
You wouldn't. Think about his road to success. How is he going to win the game? How? Think of every scenario for him. I only see the scenarios where he wins by cutting you and getting rid of me.
And he cuts me before Jed.
Next week. I'm glad we got to have this talk, and I'm down to talk again in the future with you and Jed, and Ty, like, about the Final Four. Like, we've just never had these discussions.
We haven't.
We've
And
never.
That's why you're on the block, I think, because all of us kind of fucked up and
thought
made assumptions.
I've never once said I was going to take the easy road. I've told Tara and Tina to their faces that I would put them up on the block. I would have to.
Yeah.
Nothing in my brain, it's just such a shock because I never thought. I thought, that's why I was disappointed with Jed, and I thought it might have been you or Ty to do it. Because I just thought Jed knew. You know what I mean? And that was my fault for just assuming that.
It's all of us.
And as we get down closer, I just want the best chance to be in the 1 or 2 spot.
Come on.
All right. I love you, Beth. And I hope I get to stay. And if not, it's whatever. It's water under the bridge, and it's a big old good luck.
Just give me a sec, okay?
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you.